All right. Well, I'm a little early to my countdown, at least the one that I put on Instagram. But, just stopping in, getting everything set up a little early. Thought that I'd actually talk about something else that I think is really cool. I'm a big fan of startups. Um, I like feeling like I'm a part of something. And so fundraisers, like this, for example, this was a Kickstarter project that I backed. Um, and granted, it's also something that, like, it's not just that I wanted to be involved, but I mean, it's something cool. It's something that I have been enjoying now that it's out. It's something that I plan on using. Um, it has a lot of cool features that are still planned that, if they come out, will be very useful for me. But it's something that I think is cool. And if it's something that I think is cool and there's a chance for me to be a part of it early on, I like that. So that's what this was, Multiverse Designer. It was a Kickstarter project. But I also want to talk about another thing that I am somewhat early to. Another upstart, or not upstart, well, it is, but another startup, and that is Aptera. Aptera is a new vehicle that is in pre-production. It is one of the largest crowd-funded projects ever. I don't know the numbers. I wasn't involved in their first round of crowdfunding, but they have raised a ton of money. Even just in this past couple days, they started a new crowd fund to get them to the next step, and they raised like $1.2 million in 2 days because their concept is so good and they have a very loyal fan base. But basically, it is a hyper efficient three-wheeled car. These are. I need to add a new thing here. I don't actually need that. It's been a minute since I've streamed. I mean, I've been streaming the past few days, but I used to stream pretty regularly. And I haven't. And so, like, and I've gotten a new computer since then. So there's a lot of things that I just want. A window capture. That's what I want. So this is the Aptera. And yes, I'm blocking out my face, but that's okay. I'll just scoot over here. So the Aptera, again, hyper efficient. You can see it like looks not at all like a normal car. It's this weird teardrop shape, but it makes it so aerodynamic. I mean, if when it comes to production, it will be the most aerodynamic car in production. Just everything about it is designed to be as sleek as possible. If you know anything about like aerodynamic drag, if you've been driving on a highway and you stick both of your hands out the window, like that pushback that you feel from the air, this whole car has as much air resistance as putting two hands out the window at highway speeds. The whole car has the same pushback of your two hands. Like, that is insanity. I love the doors. Anyone who knows me or has known me for a long time knows that I like I like weird things. I like unique things. Um, I wanted a DeLorean for the longest time, partially because the doors were unique, and this checks that box for me. But then also, because it's so aerodynamic and so efficient, they actually have solar panels like along the whole thing. Like there's some on the hood, there's some on the dashboard, it's on the roof, and then all the way along like the trunk hatch. It's covered in solar. And like a lot of people think that solar on an electric car, because it is an electric car, a lot of people think that solar is just like a gimmick and it doesn't actually provide all that much power. And that is true. Like solar technology is getting better, but yeah, it doesn't generate a ton of power. But when your car uses a fraction of the power that most other cars do, then solar can actually be pretty effective. So, for example, my Tesla, I have a Tesla Model Y, and it has a 70-ish, just round it, it has a 70 kilowatt hour battery pack. So that's how much power it can take, 70 kilowatt hours. And in that, like with those 70 kilowatt hours, it can go like 316 miles, I think, from full to empty, roughly. The Aptera, while all of these numbers are still projected numbers, the Aptera will have a 40 kilowatt hour battery pack. So almost half of the Tesla, and yet it will go 400 miles. Because it uses a third of the power of your standard EV. And then you can see down here, it's got some cool like tents and stuff that they'll sell for it too. These are some of the early prototypes. But this was them at the Pininfarina wind tunnel. It's cool. I like it. But it is now 5:06. I am no longer early, so let's get this stream underway. For anyone who does not know Multiverse Designer, like I said, it was a Kickstarter project that I backed a while ago. It is a virtual tabletop and map builder designed for tabletop role playing. Oh, excuse me. Designed for tabletop role playing games. So D&D, Cyberpunk Red, Shadowrun, the My Little Pony, whatever tabletop role playing game that is. And one of the things about virtual tabletops, let's explain what a virtual tabletop is. Virtual tabletops are designed to play tabletop role-playing games if you are not there in person. So it's got a map, and then your character is a little like profile picture, and you can move him around the map, and then you can roll dice on like the screen, and it'll calculate math and do all of that stuff for you. But the drawbacks of those is that it's generally just a two-dimensional map. It's like a picture. It's a flat picture that you can then do stuff on. And the other drawback is that you can pretty much only play whatever games the developers have put into their system. So if you want to play D&D, most of them have D&D because, again, it's the most popular tabletop role-playing game. So most of the time you can play D&D. But if you wanted to do that My Little Pony one, for example, I doubt many VTTs have the My Little Pony rule set. And so the only way that those players would be able to play is if they asked the developer and the developer thought there was enough interest to actually build it into the game or into the system. It's usually a website into the whatever code that they have. This Multiverse Designer kind of hits both of those points. As you can see just from this main menu, it looks like a video game. And that's exactly what it is. It's on Steam. It is technically an online game made in Unreal Engine. where you can play your tabletop games. So you can build a map that is fully 3D, looks like whatever you want it to be, and then when you start playing, you can actually walk your character around using WASD, and it feels like you're playing a video game. It's essentially a video game designer, more or less, or a video game tool, video game building tool to a certain extent. But the other thing that I mentioned was how the rule sets were very specific to virtual tabletops. What this project, game, tool, whatever, does, it has this feature called criteria. And criteria is a programming language developed by the developers of this game specifically for virtual tabletops and specifically for Multiverse Designer, where any player can put in any rule set and then play. So I am putting in the rules for Cyberpunk Red. This is the only tabletop role-playing game that I know how to play, so I am putting in the rules because I really like the idea and I think it'll be cool. D&D will come out with the game. D&D 5e will come out will be included when the game fully releases, as well as I think either 4 or 5 other what's the word? Other rule sets, other systems. And those will be decided on possibly by a poll or survey, or just they will look at the stats on the most popular tabletop role-playing games and decide what they want to include. I do think Cyberpunk Red will be high on that list. I know that there's a few people in the Discord that want to do Cyberpunk. And so my thought kind of is, if I work on it and get it to be a working place, then they can use it when it releases, and I'll be the one who will have made it, which is cool to me. It's also just fun, and I haven't played in a minute, and so it's good to remember all of the rules and everything. So let's get started. We're 11 minutes in. We're going to load up my test campaign. I'm going to change the rules. Actually, the rule is what I want it to be. We're going to load up this map and edit it. And as you can see, there's not much to it right now. This is my test map. I've got 2 characters who I know do not look, whoa. They are very much not cyberpunky, but they're my 2 characters with just a floor and a wall. The wall is so I can dice roll and not lose my dice. The characters are so I can run interactions, obviously. I've already have quite a lot of stuff done. I have the basic skill check. So if I wanted to have my player roll a... let's do a conceal reveal. They're trying to smuggle something into a club. They'll do a conceal reveal check against a... Oh, grab my GM screen over here. Let's say it's an everyday task. So this guard isn't paying very close attention to them. So it's going to be a DV of 13. Cool. So now it brings up a D10, which is the die that we use in Cyberpunk, and you're going to roll it. And he rolled a 5, which then if you bring up the journal, it shows Rocker Boy Conceal Reveal. He rolled a 5. He has an intelligence stat of 5. He has a Conceal Reveal skill of 0, which means that he rolled a 10 versus a DV of 13. He failed. And then this bottom thing is just something that I was working on last time that isn't actually supposed to be there. And then I've got like the melee attack and the ranged attack. So he's going to use his medium melee weapon. He's going to attack that guy. And also, I'm playing as both the GM and the player, so this would be the player's screen, not my screen. Then he's going to accept. I'm going to roll for the player. Now I'm going to roll for the NPC. He got a crit, so it automatically knows to roll a second dice and add it to the value of the first dice. And because of that crit success, he succeeded. So, Rocker Boy rolled a D10. This is also a weird glitch that I haven't figured out how to solve yet. But the first guy, Rocker Boy, he rolled a 6. He has a dexterity stat of 6, a melee weapon skill of 6. A lot of 6s in this roll. So, which means that he rolled an 18. Nomad, on the other hand, rolled a 10 and a 9. So we rolled a 19 plus a 6 plus a 6, which means he set the DV at 31. So yeah, very much missed that attack. The goals for today, like I put in the description, which I don't actually have pulled up in front of me. I don't know what my goals are for the day. So I'm going to finish on the inventory, the character sheet layout. I'm trying to arrange it where you have they have an inventory that is what their character has, and then they have this. Actually, I might be overthinking it, but and then they have a backpack of what they've got with them at the time. And I also have, or the plan is to also include a left hand, right hand, because once I start implementing critical damage or critical injuries, those will cut off arms and do things like that. So if you have your pistol in your left hand and suddenly you get your left hand cut off, it's going to do something to that pistol. That's the idea. So, let's get started with that. Gonna swap over here and let's get going. Alrighty. We're going to head over the sheets section. I only have one sheet right now, and it's the PC template. The way that it works, these are all of the sections in the character sheet. So obviously we've got stats, we've got the cyberware, we've got skills, we've got the inventory, things like that. Now it's saying that YouTube is not responding. I'm not sure why. But I'm gonna keep going. I don't know why it's being weird, but alright, well, it says it's back to being excellent stream, so I don't know what. Well, and there it goes again. Oh well, I'm gonna keep going. If people hop in the chat and tell me that it's terrible, then I don't know, because it's fine. It's the exact same setup that I've used the past few days. So I don't know what it's doing. But anyway, we are going to does this say? It also might be my internet because it looks like my internet is being slow. Paul is a genius. That's funny. Okay. Let's figure out so you kind of have to work backwards here, which is confusing me. But I've got an inventory page. And in that inventory page, I've got ranged, melee, gear, and armor. All of the things that you need in your inventory. Cyberware is something else. Within those sections, you bring in a weapon, and it pulls from the ranged table that I made. So if I go into ranged, I can add things, and it pulls it from the table. So we've got heavy pistol, very heavy pistol, etc. Then that will be in the inventory page. Well, I don't have an inventory page. Probably because I don't have anything in the inventory section. This is where I get confused. In the inventory page, we have ranged, melee, gear, and armor. In the ranged section, okay, so actually maybe I'm not doing this correct. So in the gear field, I should have ammo, and then how much ammo, say amount. So let's refresh that. In gear, you're gonna have, let's say, very heavy pistol ammo, and you're going to have amount, gear, this is a description, okay. 100. And then he's gonna have some medium pistol ammo, and he's gonna have 50 of those. So then if I go to very heavy pistol, he's got 100, medium pistol, he's got 50. Cool, I needed that there anyway. Not what I was trying to solve, but a good thing to fix. Ranged weapon. Oh, wait, actually I need to fix that. Gear amount can be damaged, because that means that I can affect it in battle. So like if he uses a shot, then it's gonna break down the ammo, or it's gonna cost the ammo. It's gonna lower the amount of his total ammo. Check. Yeah, cool. Okay, but what I'm wanting it to do is that his kit, or his backpack, or his carry-all, or whatever, can only include things in his inventory. Or his, let's call it stash versus the carry-all, which is a Cyberpunk. It's a backpack, but it's the Cyberpunk backpack. But my thought, and maybe this only works outside of, maybe it only works outside of, I'm gonna name you Testy, which I'm stealing from Fezzik, who is another Kickstarter backer, I think. He's the one, he's working on criteria a lot with me. You're gonna be named Testy, and I'm gonna be giving you stuff. Main. Okay, I think I understand how this works a little bit. Starting to get it. I don't want to give you actual stats, so we're gonna actually just load my Nomad character. Okay. Roles. He is a Nomad. And he's rank 4. I can't believe I hadn't actually saved that yet. Main. His stats are correct. His skills are correct. I don't have any cyberware in the thing yet. That's a future issue. Sticking with just the basic stuff. Because cyberware just gives bonuses, which will be interesting to implement. Right now I'm just focusing on the basic checks, making sure combat runs correctly. So, melee. Got a very heavy pistol, which cannot be in the melee table. There we go. So he's got a heavy melee weapon. I'm going to also give him a light melee weapon. In ranged, he's supposed to have... Where's the book? The Nomad. These are just the template characters that the book suggests as, like, as templates. So, the Nomad... Wow, something just really got in my eye. Nomad has a heavy pistol or a very heavy pistol. We're going to give him a very heavy pistol. He has very heavy pistol ammo. So in the gear, we need to give him very heavy pistol ammo, and he has 100 of them. He also has a heavy melee or a heavy pistol. I already gave him the heavy melee. Let's take away his light melee weapon then. He's also supposed to have light armor jack. And this is what I can't figure out how to do yet. Let's look at the armor. Armor SP can be damaged. But this is something else that I was working on. Is how to make this value. So the thing with armor, like, I could just make it an integer. And then you could set it over here. But I don't want to do that because armor is always the same SP. Like, you don't have, like, you can't choose what your SP is. And so I want it to just know that, hey, light armor jack has blank SP. It would be 11. in this case. But I don't know how to do that right now. I do also need like body armor and head armor. So, and now the word armor is starting to look weird to me. But I don't know if I should put those in the same place. So if I make this body, and then I make a head, and then I refresh this page, armor, SP, let's delete SP and refresh the page again. Body, table, armor, head, table, armor. Which would mean he has light armor jack for both his body and his head. And then I just want it to know that the light armor jack has SP of 11. And because that is what he has in here, then that is what can be damaged. If I did, oh, okay, it is supposed to be its description. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do there. Okay, so he's got light armor jack. That's all of the gear. He doesn't have any actual gear other than the ammo. I'm going to save the character as Nomad template. Oh, interesting. So you can't have them both be a description. One of them has to... Interesting. Okay. So... Okay. I do understand. So I do need a body armor. Body armor. Great drink, by the way. And a head armor. So body armor is there. Head armor is there. It is also a table. It is on the armor table. Is description. Armor is description. And then, ooh, that might be what I do. So for all of these, I could have like an equipped Boolean option. So for armor, for example, if I added an equipped Boolean same thing over here, then when I pull up the armor over here, it will crash for some reason. Give me a second while that boots back up. That was odd. And it didn't save most of what I just did. I did save the character though, so that'll still all be pretty good. Into body armor and a head armor. And then multiple items. And instead of SP, is going to be a Boolean. It's going to be equipped. Head armor. Going to be from the armor table. Nope. Armor table. Multiple items is description. Add. I'm going to save it real quick. Called equipped. Boolean. Cool. Now if I pull up armor, he's got light armor jack, and he's got whether or not it is equipped. We also need, I don't know why it's only bringing up one armor. Let's refresh it. There we go. Now it's got a body armor section, but it doesn't have a head armor section. Everything is the same between the two of them, though. Except that body armor has an inventory page. So anything that's over here in the sections can't actually be selected. That makes sense. Can't be selected into this area. But if I add the head armor section over here, and then once again call this stash, I'm going to save. Now I go over here, I should have body armor and head armor. There it is. Excellent. So, starting to understand this a little bit better. But then, if I make the carryall, if I could spell carryall, because the stash would include everything that they have. And if I have a stash section, but then the carryall should only include all of the same stuff, but only if it's equipped. So if I body armor, light armor jack equipped, now it should show up in the carryall. Hi. Long time no talk. Welcome. Okay, so it's got ranged, melee, gear, body, and head armor. Then I am doing pretty well. How are you doing? I'm just working on this thing. Stash. Oh, I don't understand fully what I want to do here. Stash has all of those sections, so I don't actually need a stash section, I don't think. If I add the carryall section to there, then what does that look like? Nice. It brings up kit for some reason. Even though that's nowhere in this whole thing anymore. That's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing good. Anything exciting? What have you been up to? Oh wait, maybe I need to do this first. Nope, that didn't do anything. It is. It's a game to play tabletop role-playing games online. What I am doing right now is trying to program in the rules so then I can actually like play. So I'm trying to program in the rules for a tabletop role-playing game called Cyberpunk Red, which is based in the same world as the Cyberpunk 2077 video game and the Cyberpunk Edge Runners anime. So that's what I'm doing right now, but I don't understand what I'm actually doing. Skill section is fine. I could honestly probably put the skills in the main section, but that would be a lot. Stash. Why is this being weird? Oh, duh. That's why I was saying kit. Carry all. Equipped. Okay. I'm starting to understand. Starting to understand it, I think. Now, if I make a character and go to the carry all, there's equipped, but it says none. Happy birthday! I didn't know that. I didn't remember that. But yeah, happy birthday. It might be... No, I don't remember how the time difference is. I was going to say it might technically be today for me, but I don't remember what the time difference is. But that's cool. That's great. If I do multiple items, does it change? Oh, now it's just gone. No, you're not distracting. I mean, that's part of the reason of having... Not table. That's part of the reason to be in live, is to communicate with the chat. If I uncheck that... I don't understand. Oh, wait, did I not put anything more in the gear? Maybe I didn't. Oh, I also need to add gear amount. It's 18th of April. Yeah, it's still the 17th where I am. So happy birthday. Woo! I think. I don't know what day it is, actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's still the 17th here. That's funny. Was it a good birthday? There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So that worked. Kind of. It's doing something closer to what I want. The only issue now is, though, that you can only do one thing. You can only have one item. Which is good for the right-hand, left-hand thing. That will actually be perfect for the right-hand, left-hand thing. But... I think that the way that I'll have to do it will be... Okay, so if this works for right hand, left hand, then I need to copy exactly what I just did and make it right hand, left hand. Oh, nice. That's very nice. Okay. But I need that to be all of the gear. So maybe me separating it isn't actually worse than what I want to do. I'm not sure. Because stash should be everything. Like everything that they have is in the stash. Carry all, I want to just be a limited number of things that they have with them, which I guess is actually pretty... Thank you. Yes, I am engaged. It is exciting. It's a lot of fun. Okay. I think I'm starting to get it, though. So if we've got the stash, which is everything. So if I go to... Well, stash isn't even an option. Thank you. Yeah, it's good. I remember... I mean, we haven't talked in a while, but I remember there being some sort of drama with you in that area. The area of relationships. How's all that going? Okay, load character. Nomad. Oh, well. Welp. That is unfortunate, but pretty standard. I mean, drama. I mean, everything's got drama. I've got drama too, but it's just understanding and knowing if it's the right kind of drama or the bad kind of drama. Like, is it the drama that'll make you a better person or not? I also need to add the equipped boolean over here. Boolean. It's a fun word. Boolean. Which is basically just a checkbox. Means true or false. It's an either or statement. Oop. Ah. Can't type. Really can't type. Dang. Ah. There we go. Okay. So now if we go into melee, cool, this is equipped. And gear. And the armor is all equipped. Range, variant is equipped. Okay, so the carryall I don't think is going to work the way that I wanted it to. I think... Not sure. But for now, I figured out the right hand, left hand thing. So let's make an equipped, no, a in hand. Once again, cannot spell. In hand. And that is going to be oh, okay. Left hand, right hand. The ice cream truck is driving by. Fun. Okay, but here's the problem here. Oh, maybe this actually isn't a problem. Well, I do get that. My relationship's actually kind of the same way. I'm not really avoidant. At least I don't think I am. I can be. I don't remember what they all are. I remember there's like avoidant, attachment, and then aren't there others? My brain's like a computer, but I don't remember that. Need to check something real quick. Excellent. I don't know if you guys can hear the ice cream truck outside, but that's what I'm singing along with right now. So I don't think I need a left hand, right hand over here. In hand, left hand, right hand. Inventory. Oh, I'm confused. I don't know the best way to do this. Nah, you guys can't hear that. If I turn this around, can you hear it? Probably not. Barely. Not really. So the way that I was trying to make this work is that this indicates that I would have to put all of their gear into one place, which could be fine, but would just really change how I think about this. There just need to be like so many fields. Um, okay, so the way that this is seeming to work is that gear amount, and then like I want multiple things, and then I want it to know that they're all part of the same thing. Because I separated the gear, the weapons, and all of that into different tables. I mean, I didn't, not much gear, but like the weapons, they're all in different tables because they all have different information. But is it easier if I put them all into one thing? Ah. Oh, there we go. I just didn't name it the right thing. Okay. So this is doing pretty much the right thing. But I'm just confused. Ah. Okay, what are my other goals for the day? Because this one's starting to make me annoyed. Okay, I'm going to start adding the critical damage. Go away. Critical damage. Now, the way the critical damage works in Cyberpunk Red is that when you roll damage dice, which are d6s or six-sided die, then it activates stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is add a table. The crit injury table. Keywords. Crit inj. Data type text. Roll result is an integer. Injury is a text field. Effect is going to be a text field for now. Quick fix, text field, and treatment. Text field. Now we refresh this, we add. So I don't need that. So, critical injury. Dismembered arm. Roll result 2. Effect. Arm is gone. Items held in hand are dropped. I'm gonna comma differentiate these so I can just separate them in a second. arm is gone and items held in hand are dropped. Base, death, save, penalty increased by 1. Quick fix, nothing. Treatment, surgery, DV17. Add new line. Okay, it already added a new line. Dismembered hand. Roll result 3. Effect. Hand is gone. And items held are dropped. Base, death, save, penalty, +1. Quick fix, nothing. Treatment, surgery, DV17. I'm gonna change how I wrote this. And these are going to be conditions. Cool, good to know, good to already be thinking about. New line. Collapsed lung. Roll. Maybe. It might be better, actually, to swap these, but I'll see in a second. Before I do this whole thing, though, I should... Well, I could do the whole thing and then export it and then swap it if possible. If so, it's okay. Effect. Move -2. Base. Death. Save. Penalty. +1. Quick fix. Paramedic. DV15. Treatment. Surgery. DV15. Critical injury. Broken ribs. Roll results 5. Effect. So these are all going to have to be conditions, which is fine. I just don't know how those work yet. So this will be good to learn. But I need to just put them all into the table first. Effect. I'm going to say resuffer bonus damage when resuffer bonus damage if moved more than 4 Quick fix for broken ribs. The paramedic check DV13. And treatment. Surgery DV15. Or paramedic surgery DV13 or paramedic DV15. And then I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna move up to another version. So we're gonna do we're gonna go to version 6. Critical injury. Broken arm. Roll result. 5. Effect. Arm cannot be used. And items are dropped. Quick fix, paramedic DV13, treatment, paramedic DV15, or surgery DV13. Foreign object. Roll result 7. Effect. Same thing from broken ribs. Where did the effect go? What? These are all still there. What the heck? Because it's too long? No, because these are long. Broken ribs. So, +5 damage if moved more than 4 meters. Broken arm. Drop items immediately, and arm cannot be used. Why do they keep getting rid of my stuff? Effect. Move, -2. What the heck? Why do they keep going away? I'm so confused. What is happening? +5 +5 damage if move. Quick fix. First aid. Paramedic. AV 13. Treatment. Oh. Irrelevant. The quick fix. Quick fix. I'm so confused why that keeps going away. Broken ribs. Same. Why does it keep going away? Is it because I'm using a plus? It might actually be because I'm using a plus. But a plus should be fine. He uses them all the time in his other stuff. I'm so confused. Now they're staying. This one's broken ribs. Minus. Nope. Yeah, there's a bug here somewhere. What is happening? I don't understand what is going on. Like, sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not. What is happening? Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm confused. Collapsed lung. -2. Move. And now it's back. Okay, everything's there now. So stay there. Broken leg. Roll. 8. Effect. -4. Move. Quick fix. Paramedic. EV13. Treatment. Spinal injury. Roll result is 10. Effect. Can only move next turn. +1 base death save. Quick fix. Paramedic. DV15. Treatment. Surgery. DV15. Next one. Crushed fingers. Roll result 11. Effect -4. All actions with hand. Quick fix. Paramedic DV13. Treatment surgery DV17. And finally, dismembered leg. Roll result 12. Effect. Leg is gone. Leg is gone. We haven't sent out invitations yet. It's gonna be in January 24th. I mean, it's a bit of a trip. It would be a bit of a trip, for sure. Okay. Everything is there. I'm gonna save. Save. Cool. Everything's there. Now, and again, these will be conditions. I don't know how to do conditions, though. I'm going to start with the basic conditions. Wounded. Yeah, we still have a little bit of time. We got engaged in December, and she wants a winter wedding. So it was either a year until the wedding or like a couple weeks until the wedding. So we went with the year. And I think that was the good idea. Wounded. Seriously wounded. And then let's just say death saves. Death saves. Alrighty. Let's start with the wounded condition. Condition, wounded. Yup, that is correct. I'm surprised you remembered that. Now I feel even worse for not remembering yours. But yeah, her birthday is in April too. So you and her share a birthday month. Oh wait, so I haven't done anything with conditions yet. So before I look at doing that, I'm going to pull up the demo. The demo is a fully functioning, not fully functioning, but a decently functioning engagement made by the devs that we can use as kind of a base to look at things. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to look at conditions. Why did... Character is blind. Oh, okay, and it takes it from there. Cool. Character is... Oh. Oh. I know what it's doing. I'm gonna kill my video. This looks like it still is being smooth. I'm not sure though. If it's not, just give me a second. It'll get better. There's just a lot more happening in the demo than there is in my little floor and wall setup. Okay, so character is blinded. So, okay, I don't know what this means because I don't know how to play. I don't know what that means. Hello? Oh, wait. What does it mean, and why is it not here? No dex to AC. What does that mean? Where is that? It's only over here. But I don't know how to try to pull it up. Okay, so that's not helpful. Okay, now I should not be glitching all the time. Load, test. Change rule to that. Save. Edit map. Alright, we're going back in. Her birthday is April 2nd. So earlier in the month. Oh, wait, that was set somewhere else. Is it here? set global variable. There it is. And that introduces this. I don't know what that means though. Yep. Okay. Oh, because conditions are just like if I do this, and then I go down to condition. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So you'd go from wounded to seriously wounded. Okay, cool. I get it now, kind of. A little bit. So, conditions. Wounded. If character is wounded, just base wounded, then nothing actually happens. Like, they're pretty much fine. But they need to be stabilized before they just need to be stabilized before they can. Okay, so nothing actually happens. Seriously wounded, that's when stuff starts happening. If it's a main stat, if HP with damage is less than HP without damage divided by 2, divide by 2. If HP is less than half, or if damaged HP is less than half of full HP, then -2. I don't know how to do that though. So I assume then set global variable I don't know what that does. I don't know what I'm doing. No. Oh, I'm thinking about this too hard. So this will happen in the applied damage thing as a result. Because if this is true, then apply damage. Okay, so I don't need any of this. Oh, and all of you stayed. Interesting. Go away. Then... Oh! It would be a rule. I don't have any rules, though. I think it would be a rule. I don't know how conditions work. Or how rules work. But in the actions, or nope, in the info, in the apply damage info, I think show results. Yep. And then it would be if, and this is just what I had earlier. I shouldn't have deleted it. I should have just copied it. But if HP damaged is less than undamaged HP divided by 2, then set condition seriously wounded. I don't know what value means. I'm just going to delete you for now. So let's try to figure out how rules work. So, rule. Seriously wounded. Okay. I don't know how to do this, though. Oh. I wasn't even doing anything. That was weird. Oh, let's look at that info that he has. info bonus. Am I just blind? I'm not just seeing an info bonus. That would make sense, though, at some point. So if I did... I'm lost. Okay. I don't understand. Whoa, that's the wrong one. Hello? Where'd my map go? That's weird. That's really weird. It just like deleted my map. Okay. But anyway. I don't know how to add... Like, so it's -2 to everything. I don't know how to do that. Okay, so what else could I do? sure there's other basic things that I can add in here. I do need to add the brawling damage. Which I'm looking at right now, and that's something that I know how to do. Okay, so that's weapon damage. I need info. Brawling damage. Which will be based on... I can delete this action now. Nope, not what I have to do. Melee action. Let's look at it. So, melee action. The melee attack action. There are two different things. There's melee or brawling. Martial arts is going to have its own thing. So. Oh, I also need a melee damage. So I need to do a melee damage because I forgot that melee attacks are different. Okay. So I need to make a... It's basically going to be almost the same thing, except, like, weapon damage is going to be almost the same thing, except it's going to ignore half of the armor. Okay, but let's make the action first, and then I'll go into the thing. So, melee attack. I don't want to have to make them click through like two different things, but that might be how I started off, at least. Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll set an input field right there. Brawling, input kind, Boolean. The weapon, other input, input brawling. If the other is equal to false, if brawling is not clicked, then this will show up. If it is clicked, then this will go away. Cool. Oh, but this will change this. I should be able to just make a branch here, though. So, branch. So, let's do it like this. If that input equals, if this input equals false, then it's going to run another if, and this is going to be in the else. Okay. So I need another if field. So if that equals false, then we're going to do this. Except I don't know who you are or what you're talking about. Okay, so this is going to change to brawling. Everything else is the same. But weapon damage is going to be split into two different things. So this is true, then show results. info. I need a melee damage. A melee damage info. Oh, that's not gonna work. Actually, I can keep that there. I can just make a brawling info. That's fine. I don't know. I don't actually know what'll be easier. Because what is in the weapon damage? I'm gonna save this. In the weapon damage info. It's different though. Alright, well, there's actually going to be two different things. So in the apply damage, we need a branch in there. Branch. You're going to be there. If the weapon though. Oh. Well, that also is a problem, actually. Because now I have them in multiple fields, or multiple tables anyway. Yeah. It's going to be ranged. Ranged weapon damage. That is all fine. I'm going to need a... Hmm. Hmm. I don't want to make a whole extra thing for this. But I might have to. I'll fill this out at least first anyway, and then I'll do the brawling one if I have to. Okay, the only thing that really changes here, this needs to be the melee. Field damage, that's fine. Can you damage a variable? I guess you'd set the variable. Let's see how that does something. Ah. If dice result damage is greater than SP variable divided by 2. Divided by 2. We need a string concatenation thing. It's going to be the field name divided by 2. right, and again, we're just working through Multiverse Designer, trying to figure out some of how to make criteria work. I still don't understand how to do armor. That's not going to be a thing that I do right now, even though that's kind of what I'm doing down here. I'm going to otherwise ignore it. And then I am going to need to make a brawling info, I suppose. Which is fine because it will be used a couple times since brawling and martial arts both use it. And it's basically... Can I throw it in here? We go back to action, melee attack. If input field is if input for that is false, if then it's gonna run that. And if that is true, then it's going to run the brawling they're gonna run the brawling info. So brawling damage, that's not what I meant to call it. I meant to call it brawling damage. And it's gonna be almost identical to the melee damage. What happened? Oh. Right. I'm gonna leave it there for now. To copy everything from the melee damage, because it is the same thing, except that the dice to roll, instead of being based on the parameter value, it is going to be based on I need to make a table. That's okay though. It's going to be based on main stat, body, and it's going to be I'm just gonna say roll for damage, because this could be brawling or martial arts. Dice to roll. I do need to make a table. We're gonna save this. Right. I'll delete these two for now. Okay. Damage. Well, no. Body is going to be integer. Data is going to be damage. Text. Refresh the table. If body is 0, damage 1d6. If body is 1, then 1d6. If body is 2, then 1d6. If body is 3, then 1d6. If body is 4, then 1d6. If body is 5, then 2d6. If body is 6, then 2d6. If body is 7, then 3d6. If body is 8, then 3d6. If body is 9, then 3d6. If body is 10, 3d6. If body is 11, then 4d6. And that's as high as I'm going. Ouch. Okay, now let's go back to the brawling damage infos. Dice to roll. We need a table. There we go. Okay. So, this melee damage needs to be applied into the melee attack thing. Nope, not you. Actually, yes, you. However, if weapon input is false, then you do the brawling damage. Well, if it is false, then you check to see if their brawling beats the evasion. If it does, then it runs brawling damage. If it does not, then it runs, or if that is not true, else show results. I'm just going to copy you to you. There we go. Cool. I'm missing the SP in all of the... I don't know how this works. But we're just going to create variable just to give it something to do. Initial value. How did I just do this? I did it on the ranged. Create variable. Table field section stat. That's what I'm looking for. Do the same exact thing. Copy it into here. Gonna be the go there and there. And on melee damage, it's gonna go in the exact same places. Alright, let's try it. Hello? Well, now it's not letting me click my characters. Why is that? Why is that happening? That is strange. That's never happened before. Well, I saved it, so let's reload it and see what happens. It's still still not letting me select them. I don't like you. There we go. I still can't click you, though. That's so odd. Oh, I guess I do need to delete you. Bye. Oh, maybe their character sheets got, like, deleted or something. That might have been what happened. Brawling. What is your body stat? Can't see. That's okay. Let's try it again. Brawling attack. Attacking you. Nice. Gonna miss unless this crit fails. Let's attack with the other guy. Brawling. Wow. I'm just not meant to see if this works. Wow, that's hilarious. We're just gonna keep doing it until he hits. Oh, an 8. This should hit. Oh, and of course he crits! Of course he crits! Wow. An 8. Finally. It didn't go into the damage, though. Like, at all. Like, wait, hold on. What? Let's check the melee attack. Melee attack. If that is false, then roll it like this, which it did. Then info brawling damage. He had body of Actually, didn't see. Got a body of 7. It brought up the roll damage, but it didn't actually have me roll damage. I can see it says... What armor does he have? Light armor jack. It's irrelevant. So why are you being weird? Roll for damage. Rolling damage. Look at the info. Roll damage. Actor input. Main stat. Field name body. Table field. Damage. Dice to roll. Damage. So it should work. Because he's got 7, which should have brought up 3d6. Let's try melee. Let's see if melee works. No, with that roll, it's not. This one might hit. But now it's not bringing up any of the damage. Is the ranged thing working? Nope, that's... Exit, escape. Panic. Okay. So the ranged attack. Well, that's a problem. There we go. I don't know if you can evade or not. You shouldn't have done that. What is happening right now? What just happened? I'm so confused. I just broke everything. Let's try that again. I'm going to pay more attention this time. Nomad is attacking Rocker Boy. Rocker Boy, I think, can evade, technically. Give me your character sheet. So you can evade. But I shouldn't be rolling this. Why am I rolling this? Why are we rolling twice? What is happening? What just happened? I'm so confused. Oh, wait. No. I am so confused. Do you work? Yes. Alright, I'm gonna be done. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting kind of annoyed.